Hi, and welcome to another Catch Us If You Can. If you are here, then you caught us, and yes, you can. So, what we got lined up for today? Because I see you out here. You haven't
Well,
showed me anything, by
well,
the
you
way.
haven't introduced yourself.
Ah,
Where's my manners?
where are my manners?
Where are my manners?
Hiya to anyone new. I'm Shamel. You can call me Shem, and author, artist, intuitive reader, and co-host for Awaken to Joy. And you are?
Bonjour, je suis Omondi. Hey, everybody. I specialize in consciousness and awareness, and dream interpretation as well, and a lot. I'm an artist as well, music producer, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, author as well.
All
Forgot to
right.
mention.
Happy to be here. If you are catching us, you know what it is. If you are from the Soul family, then welcome. And hi, if you're new, the chats are full of otherwise souls who will greet you warmly and answer any questions you've got going on. If you have any questions or anything you want to share, you can share them right here as per usual, and we will be here right next to you on your journey and answering as best we can. Hey, Deanna.
Hey, Diana.
Lovely.
It's all
You lot
about.
have been on our minds, really. Like, you lot have been in our hearts as always. But I was like, you know what? This is a perfect situation that's come up. So I'm like, why not? So, yeah, here we are.
You know what? It's really funny because it's all about synchronicity, isn't it? Like
Always.
being the frequency match of the thing or the people you want to hang around with and spend time with, and you realize the more you're in alignment, basically, the more you get to experience, the reality you really want to experience, and
Magical unfoldings.
yeah, so it's actually very synchronistic. And you
What?
know why?
Why?
Because I wanted to speak on signs, dreams, esoteric knowledge, what
Okay.
certain signs mean, or example of signs and that.
All right, let's get into it.
So I'm going to start off by first one word, the definition. I mean the etymology of the word esoteric.
Oh,
So I wanted to start by that really. So let's do this.
go for it.
Right. So let me get back on to the definition. Do you see how prepared I
I'll be doing
am?
a reading today. Someone out there is looking for a reading, they're going to get one today.
Yeah.
If you're catching the frequency, you know how it is. If you're part of the Sovereign Soul 444 membership, then you get the replay. If not, this is the one and only time, and it's a beautiful thing that you're catching us. Hey, South Florida. We're getting C.
Hey,
Samuel from
see
South
Samuel.
Florida. Lovely.
Yeah, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, you caught us, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Let's do
those are
it.
one off, isn't it? Yeah, so the language of the divine is basically what we're covering. Reading signs, symbols, sacred synchronicity, etc.
Hmm.
So let's talk about esoteric, the etymology. So the word comes from the Greek esoterikos, from eso meaning within or inner.
Okay.
Its opposite, exoteric, means outer,
Hmm.
public, available to all. Esoteric literally means knowledge reserved for the inner circle, not because it's like hidden or anything like that from you, right? It's not for that reason, but because it requires inner readiness to receive it. So essentially, it's because you have to be the frequency match of it. So basically, whatever information you want to receive, you also have to understand that you're not going to be able to receive it before you are the perfect frequency match to that said information.
Mm.
So this is what really esoteric is, and this is also why many people complain about the fact that, wow, why people trying to get keep, and it's not so much that really. It's just that everything is synchronicity, and this what we were saying to Diana. Basically, when you're in the perfect alignment, you begin to experience certain type of reality, and you experience changes, and you get access to certain knowledge. And I've noticed that myself. So over time, when I started paying attention and actually give it validation, because a lot of the signs I was seeing and synchronistic moments, I wasn't acknowledge it as such. I was kind of randomizing it, saying like, yeah, that's random. Like, it's nothing, right?
Were you a believer in coincidences?
K- Kind of, yeah, yeah. I was like,
Okay.
for a while before I got to where I am now. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's a coincidence, or and also your environment. Talking again about the pillars that you wrote, your environment tells you if you let it, that's what it is. So it's constructed in a way that basically um, sometimes you get lucky. And I think you did a reading as late
That's
about
what
that, right?
came up. That's why I'm
It's
asking
funny.
you. Like, I'm hearing all these words coming from you, and I'm like, yeah, that's another thing we've been led to believe in luck.
Exactly. Well, it's not a coincidence why I'm talking about it um, instinctively now, not because I necessarily wanted to or I plan to, but again, that's part of the synchronicity. Now I'm getting inspired, or what comes across as being inspired.
Mm.
It's more synchronicity than you truly being inspired. I mean, you do get inspired to a certain extent, but a lot of these things is you're tapping you're tapping into the field of creations, and then you're able to basically have what you would maybe call a download, or yeah, for information coming in.
Or draw what most excites you from it. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
what.
every time a synchronistic thing happens, we still at a place where we're like, oh, that feels good to me. Like that. So you celebrate, you're like, oh, I notice it.
Yeah,
It's enough note, it draws enough attention to you for you to click back into that frequency of
that's actually
I'm
funny.
more than I'm more than just this vessel type of thing.
That's right, but
It's
it's
like that loving reminder.
that's right, but it's funny you mentioned what excites you, and that's my point. Point is, excitement is not necessarily what we think it is.
Hmm.
Excitement is when you're tapping into a particular frequency that you recognize as a soul, and you have a familiarity with it, not because you necessarily experience that during this lifetime, but because it is a part of that synchronistic moment, that matching frequency of which you are right now. It's like a sort of resonance. That's what people say. If you resonate with this, meaning like if that creates a reaction in you,
Yeah, stirring in you.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
stirring in you. So it's, yes, it is excitement, but it's not necessarily excitement as we've been told. Oh, I'm excited. That's great, but
Sometimes you are when you get a
sometimes
synchronistic one.
you are, but it's yeah,
Other times I think it's like a nice alert. And they're always in a way. And I tell people when it comes to like if you want to tap into this and you want to notice some more synchronicities, it's literally noticing them and acknowledging them. And then it's like a rolling thing.
yeah,
As more come and as you acknowledge more unfold for you. And then you start recognizing where you are, what happened at the time, who you were around, and what it's telling you. It's a very personal situation. Like for somebody, it might be the number 4 they always see. And for someone else, it might always be, I don't know, butterflies.
that's right.
So it's different depending on who you are, and it's very personalized. This is why sometimes as you grow your relationship with it, the signs won't fail you because you'll know that they're specifically for you.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
this made for me.
yeah. That's exactly why part of basically being able to read the signs um has to be also done enjoy. And the reason why most of the time people find it hard to notice the signs, even when they believe in it or they know it to be true, is because they're not in state of happiness or joy or excitement, which means that you're vibrating at a lower frequency. And if your guides or anybody that is of a high frequency trying to reach out to you, they find it hard to match that, obviously for obvious reason. So
I was
yeah,
thinking about this the other day. So, question: say there's a lull in your mood, and I go through this quite a bit. So, say there's a, but I'm just seeing what advice you would give someone. Yeah.
sure, go ahead.
Say there's a lull in your mood. You're having a time where it's like you're not so high frequency. You're not so, and it's not to say that high frequency needs to mean smile on your face, yippity doo dah. No, I'm just saying you are not feeling like you feeling a little bit demotivated. You're not feeling any some sort of joy or remnants of contentment. Yeah,
Yeah,
not you're not even neutral state. You're more in you're done with it state, fed upness, lack of gratitude. You're there.
yeah.
How do you like use synchronicities to get yourself out of there? How do you reverse that? How do
Oh,
you get to a point where you can start listening again?
well, there's two things. It's a very great question, by the way. So the number one first thing you said, you mentioned gratitude, and in a way can be overrated as well. It is not that gratitude is not important. It is what you perceive as you being in your gratitude or not. You being fed up doesn't mean you're not in your gratitude. And this leads back to the power of word, like know your word, know your power. What the actual book we are putting it together now, where basically we're explaining that the interpretation behind word is not just not using or using a word, but the meaning, the energy, the interpretation of these words, the state of being you express when you verbalize what you want to say and how it makes you feel is a lot more important. Not because you can't go through a time where you feel really low and you have to watch what you have to say. It's
Yeah.
just that being able to ask yourself the questions, well, why am I fed up? And what does fed up means to me? Does it mean that it's more of an education to something that is going on, something I'm going through, I'm experiencing? Or do I take it as me being done with everything? And if that is so, then what is my response to it? So more than being bad, it's an indication that you're at a crossroad and you need to redirect. So do you really need to feel bad about this, or it's a great moment where you can express your free will and your choices? Or you take it that everything is bad, I feel bad, oh my gosh, what's going on? There's something wrong with me. Or you being fed up means something completely different because your interpretation you use with this word or the feelings you put behind this word is completely different. So this is more to see about how you perceive what's going on and you perceive yourself within that moment than what that moment means to the rest of the world. It's more within you, and it is why, in order for you to be a match to this knowledge, you have to be in perfect alignment with that knowledge. So it's rather than just be fully excited, it's more of a gaining an awareness and an understanding of what's going on. So when you get a true understanding of what's going on for what it really is, then you begin to be able to take yourself out of the pit that you experience sometimes,
Mm.
or you perceive as being you know,
A pit.
a pit basically.
How do you perceive it when you go through them? If
So
you
for me,
experience them the same way that,
responsible.
and that's not me assuming you don't go through it, but you kind of quite I've not you're quite the same. Like you're quite remember I used to complain about the fact that you don't really get excited about nothing.
Yeah,
I was like, you don't get excited about nothing. And you're like, yeah, I do, but I just don't express it the
Not
same
the
way
same.
you do. I was like, yeah, but then when you get sad, if you're sad about something, you also don't really do that either. And you were like, yeah, I do feel the thing, but I just don't express it the same way. And I was like, but where is it though?
Okay, okay. So
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 I'm
let you
just,
want me to give you a concrete example. So let
no, I don't want you to give me a concrete example if you don't want to. It's just now I see why that translates into your life and looks like that, because you're just seeing them as opportunities to pivot.
yeah, an education more okay. It's like an alarm system. Let's put it this way. It's easier to understand. You have an alarm system in your house. You could say you could be someone who say, "Well, this is just my sign will tell me there's something going on," and great. That gives me um a one-upmanship on on the situation, if you will.
Mm.
Because if anything was to go in a certain way, in a certain direction, not necessarily wrong, but in a certain way, I'll be made aware. I will be in my full awareness of it, right? So what I'm saying is that now the alarm, when it goes off, you're not annoyed by it, you're not panicked, you know what it is for. So your interpretation is that it's the same thing with phone calls, it's the same thing with doorbell. Depending on how you interpret these things, your experience can pivot, change completely. Feeling sadness, stress, fear is a normal thing because this comes with the body, the body, the mind, and how certain programs are running through that, right? So you going through this, it's normal. There's nothing abnormal. It's a reaction, but you see it as a state of being or just signal to tell you, hey, this is what's going on. Oh, you don't really prefer this situation. You feel the need to pivot. You feel the need to leave these situations, yeah, because you don't really like that. Not as, oh, what's going on? The world is on my shoulder and stuff like that. Because you really can indulge in these feelings.
Tell me that.
And then there is actually, but I'm not going to get too much into to that. It has to see with the neuroplasticity of our brain and how it works and how basically you can control um you can control part of the brain basically where basically it's the emotion center of the brain where you can control people's emotion if you program them in a certain way that is often manipulated throughout our lives with different things that's happening around us. So when you lose control of that part of you, you are going wild every time there's a situations, whether you stay into the sadness
It's
too long or you stay into
um
these extremes too long,
I feel you.
and you find it hard to move on.
I feel you. And
Yeah.
another synchronistic thing that's happened is when I was pulling out the cards just to say, okay, let me do a reading, the one that pulled out was the Five of Swords, which is worry, right? But it pulled out in the reverse.
Oh,
So the mere fact that you're like, no, that's not a worry, that's an alert. That's a sign for me.
well, what your question you could ask yourself as well to take yourself out of that, it's why is this happening? Who's benefiting from that? You realize you don't. Number one, you don't. Now, there is definitely some loose energy that's produced and it benefit to certain people, being persons that all love to be around drama or sadness and they sometimes intervene as a savior and they feed themselves over a situation where they see someone being sad and it might look like that shoulder you can cry on, but in actual fact, it's more it perpetuates the state of sadness and this stuff, and there's different ways in which you could empower yourself with by understanding what's really going on and become aware of what's going on and what it's what as well. So like we just suggested, it's more of a sign for you to uh, make decision.
So Deanna's just said, that actually happened to me and I've had to take baby steps. And yes, gratitude even on the smallest things and meditate even for just a couple of minutes, and contemplation on the thing that I'm struggling with. Yeah, it always helps.
Yeah, that
Hey
was.
Danny.
Hey
Um
Danny.
Danny said just finished my yoga and boom, here you guys are. Hey, welcome. Hi.
Welcome. Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah, the synchronicities, that's wonderful. And look, the synchronicity again, because Deanna was just about to sit down and do hers as Danny was just finishing hers. This is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. That's basically uh, the proof that these things are real, and then it is why we've decided to do Catch Us If You Can. Um, play with the concept of this synchronistic moment.
Yeah, all about what you perceive. Yeah, yeah, Diana.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move on from this now.
Okay, go.
So basically, about we're still in definition of esoteric, right?
Okay,
So
go for it.
esoteric knowledge has never meant to be a secret for the sake of secrecy. By the way, it was protected because it's experiential. That's what it is. It is experiential, and it's not meant to be experienced necessarily with people. It can be, but it's more something to see with yourself, the
Okay.
state of which you are, and then how you're going to perceive this information. Because a lot of information I've realized for me, because of my state of being at the time, they were presented to me. Only now I'm looking back, I was like, oh, snap, this, what that was. Even some signs. That's why I want to talk about the signs.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Hey,
Stacy.
Stacy.
She just caught us as well. Hey, yeah.
So, so you can't download it, by the way.
So,
You have to live it.
all right, then I get it.
It has to be the
It just has
experience.
to show
Yeah.
itself to you.
So this is why people have a strong, sometimes visceral reaction to people that may say hidden knowledge or forbidden knowledge. And it's not me to dig at anybody because I love these titles. I think they're awesome. But it's just
But you're
people think
ready for
like
that.
you gatekeeping. It's not gatekeeping. It's you have to be the frequency because everything that people are sending to you, it's free somewhere. You can find them, but are you the frequency in which you can find them? And you will notice often you may pay for a service, so for information, a book or whatever. And the minute you finish reading that book, that information appears for free everywhere. And you may feel, oh man, I spend that money, but that's not the point. The point is this book or this service puts you in the frequency of that information now, and you can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's like the pregnant woman effect when you see a pregnant woman, you find out you're pregnant or someone around you is pregnant, and then now all you see is pregnant women
That's
everywhere.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it's like pregnant woman everywhere.
yeah, it just multiplies itself. Yeah, I see. It's just
And yeah, an example is it's the difference between reading about fire and touching a flame.
okay.
This is what it is.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. When you're
Enormous
gonna feel
difference.
it. So so in mystery schools, Egyptian, Greek, Hermetic, um, so initiates were not given the knowledge. They were prepared until the knowledge revealed itself. The signs, the symbol, the synchronicities, they are the curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, I will not cover that today, but I have a word, the word curriculum. That I think I'm covering the
You
next,
do?
yeah, next volume of what we're doing.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine, fine, fine.
So
Wait, wait,
yeah,
wait, wait.
so what is synchronicity and where does it come from? You know, so do you know?
Well, I was just thinking when I think about synchronicity, I think about stuff like the 13 moon calendar. Not even a calendar because it's not a calendar. It's a synchronistic. It's a synchronistic system. It's literally synchronicity in a system. I don't know what that word would be, but so that's what I think about when I think about synchronicities, things that fall into place as a natural order.
Yeah.
So as much as it feels within us exciting and magical, it's literally natural order being experienced for me. That's how I feel about it.
You're pretty close to that.
Go
I'm
for it.
gonna read you some things that I got together. So Carl Jung coined synchronicity, meaning meaningful coincidence. That's what he was thinking. That's just a meaningful coincidence.
Mm,
So two events with no casual link that carry undeniable personal significance.
yeah.
However, this concept predates Jung by about a millennia. So
Oh,
so even
oh,
though
just 1,000 years.
so even
Okay,
though he said that, so every ancient tradition had a framework for it, apparently.
all right
That's what
then.
I found out. So the key distinction to make is the fact that there's a difference between random coincidence and synchronicity. It's not the same.
Is it?
Yeah. So random coincidence will be basically it happens and you move on. So there's some things that it's a random coincidence and then whatever, it has no significance. And synchronicity, you really get stopped by what's going on. So I really like stop you when you witness what's going on.
You know
Something
what?
in your gut or your chest register it before your mind can explain it. And I have had many moments like that.
I know, but sometimes I feel like now I'm looking back, there are some signs that maybe were straight up synchronistic moments, but I wasn't reading it because I wasn't ready to read it. So it was like a rejection of. That's why it never hit. That's why it never landed
Well,
at the
I'm
time.
I'm gonna give you my version of that then in that
But
case. The reason why I think there is random coincidence because okay, here's the thing. Here's the catch. If you perceive, if you're in a belief that random coincidence is a thing, then this is what you will experience.
yeah.
But if you believe there is no coincidence, you will not experience random coincidence because everything will stop you, you know, and and you will become aware of what's really going on. You will notice the synchronicity in these things you getting stopped by. But when you see things as random coincidence, you say, oh, it's weird, and then you move on. So you can only, this is why when it comes to esoteric knowledge, you can only perceive the things of which you're the frequency.
Yeah, I get it.
So there's a preparedness that has to happen sometimes.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
and if you look back and you're honest with yourself, you will realize that the things you see now, even certain signs you've seen before, now you're like, oh wow, that was a sign for me to notice that.
Mm,
And perhaps it was, or remember time doesn't exist, which means to your context now, this becomes synchronicity.
yeah,
You get what I'm
basically,
saying?
no, I understand if
Yeah.
because we still do create our own reality, which is why
Yeah.
if you believe it's just a coincidence, then it's just a coincidence,
Yeah.
and you move on.
Yeah.
So Kim, Jay, and MJ have come through. Hey,
Hey
hi,
everybody.
hey everyone. So yeah, it's one of those ones. And hang on a minute. MJ said, yeah, I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything is synchronicity. And that's the thing. Once you believe everything is synchronicity, which I am from that as well. Like that's how I feel. That's how that's how I prefer to experience this field through synchronicities. That's what my experience is. Like one synchronicity after another. No matter how small. My only challenge sometimes is taking the rough with the smooth. So maybe I'll turn up somewhere and it'll be like, wow, it's like no one's here, or I'm on the wrong date, or I've missed something, or I feel like I've missed something. Then it will be like, what's going on exactly? Hang on a minute. Look, we got Corey here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this about to turn up.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, Corey.
Hold on.
Oh,
What the heck?
gonna need some headphones now.
Okay,
What's
we put
up,
on
bro?
headphones.
Yeah.
Corey's joining us, guys.
Yeah,
Synchronicity again.
Synchronicity.
yeah. Hold on one second. Let me get my headphones.
So
Hang on, let's put on our headphones.
so what I'm saying about synchronicity, they both exist. Randomized events, they exist as long as you believe in them.
Absolutely.
It's very based to your own frequency and how you perceive the world around you. So that is another thing.
So, hey, Soul Family, we are live, and Corey's hopped on. So here we are. We're out
What's up?
here.
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Hey,
Yeah,
Corey,
we
yeah,
can
we can
hear
hear you
you.
well.
Can everyone
Good.
else hear Corey?
Okay,
Just let us know.
Oh,
Yeah, Corey.
there we go.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah.
Okay, good.
there we go.
All right, cool. What's up? What's up, family? How y'all doing?
Cool,
Good, good,
man.
good. How are you?
We're just out here talking about
Man,
synchronicities, right?
listen, there are no coincidences, only synchronicities. That's it. Ain't no
That's
such
what
thing
MJ
as
said.
Listen.
ain't no
She
such
out here.
thing as yeah.
Um, all right. So as well, you continue with one or two of your synchronicities,
Yeah,
and then
I'll do that real quick. So basically, what I wanted to share with the community is how to read the signs, and basically one thing that is important with the signs, because it's really based on your frequency. It's not to intellectualize these signs, to try to avoid to become very brainiac about it. You just got to be a lot more trying to even not to because one of the first things is, well, usually when you see a sign you say to yourself, oh, what does it mean? Is it for me? Is it even what's a sign about? And that's basically when you trying to intellectualize it, because you're trying to understand from the mind perspective as opposed to the overall context. And that's how, usually if you really check it, when we see a sign, it's the first reaction we have, as opposed to um, be like, okay, let it unfold. That's interesting. And the minute you do that, what the universe, because what essentially you're asking the universe is to for the universe to show you more about that sign. And I have noticed when you're trying to intellectualize the sign, what you end up to do is to take over and do the job the universe will do for you
Right,
instead.
right.
And then when you intellectualize the sign, what's happened is all the belief system you have start creeping up. And
Mm-hmm.
the mind's trying to say, this is this, and I'm for sure.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
leads us back to the idea of over, because you say something that was relevant. Is for you, you see everything as being synchronistic and there's no coincidence. And it's really, really great because it is actually absolutely
that's
true.
how I feel.
However,
That's what I know.
when you intellectualize these moments, sometimes you put extra meaning to something that don't need this extra meaning. This is where
Yeah.
there's a fine line between letting things unfold
Yeah.
as is and interfering.
So I'm glad you said that because the foundation of all of this is that all of it's coming from within you anyway. So you can change the synchronicity because it's coming from within you. The universe is within you. You are the universe. There is no separation. Because when you say universe, I'm assuming you mean universal consciousness.
That's right.
Consciousness.
Yeah, yeah,
So when you saying that, that is us. We are that. That is us.
that's right.
So this is what I tell people: if you want to see the signs, first you need to be in tune with you because the signs are coming from you. I tell everybody, I've been doing a lot of one-on-one stuff lately. Um, and the first thing I started talking about was, what is your daily meditation practice? What is your practice that you use to spend time with yourself? And I ain't talking about Om or guided, whatever you choose, is it doesn't matter. But what are you doing daily to spend that time with yourself so you are clearing your fields? A clear field will remove the distractions. It'll remove what you just talked about when you said how you start putting your input into a synchronicity instead of letting it come to you. Well, if your field is clear, you can just be still and listen. And so, one of the biggest things I'm telling people I'm working with is, hey, number one, what's your meditation practice? What time are you spending with yourself? Are you allowing your experience to become the centerpiece instead of your soul being the centerpiece, and the experience is just the outer reflection of that? So I'm glad you mentioned that because I've been dealing with that a lot lately, like showing people, and people have been trying to intellectualize it, and oh, well, it's this and it's this and that. No, no, it's just shut the fuck up and listen. That's really what it is. It's really that. Just shut up. Stop trying to make it
Something.
something and let it be what it clearly is, and it's coming from you anyway. So you're
Can I,
interfering with your own signal, so to speak. So yeah.
can I
Yeah.
point out something actually? It's very
Mhm.
interesting because I would say overexcitement. The reason why
Yep.
I don't have a judgment of people who are extremely excitable and jump and absolutely happy when things happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's bad. All I'm just saying, the spectrum when you really, really, really high
Yes.
or really,
Yes.
really low,
Yes.
it is. Check this out. It is not a coincidence when you leave your body. If you're overexcited, you go right back.
It's the same thing. This is what I tell people. Extreme excitement and extreme fear are the same frequency. They just opposite ends of the same frequency.
And they're very
They are.
difficult to to. It's very difficult to sustain it,
Mm-hmm.
which should be an indication that because being at ease is usually more sustainable.
Correct.
So when you get into these high excitement or really high fear, because even though we do this and that, when you got a lot of fear, you're up
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
maxed out. But these things, these things get you to just really differently act
Can I
out of
break that
character.
down for
Yeah,
you?
go
Can I
ahead.
break
Yeah,
that down
sure.
energetically? Because what you said, I say it all the time, but I say it in a different way. And it's literally this: the experience, aka the universe, or whatever you want to call it. I call it the experience because that's what we're moving through. This is just an experience. The experience, because it is rooted in contrast, the higher your ass go up, the lower the experience got to bring you to, so that you can experience the extreme contrast of wherever you at. This is why I talk so much about emotional balance, staying here instead of being here and then being brought all the way down here. But that is exactly it, Omondi. When you're extremely excited, then the universe says, okay, you live in a construct where contrast exists. You got to experience the extreme opposite of that. And this is why horrible moments in our lives are usually followed by some of the greatest moments in our lives, and vice versa. You super happy one minute, then the worst thing comes, hits you in the face, and you like, fuck, like I was doing so good with this, that. It's because, and it's not to say that you should never be excited or extremely excited. It's to say you shouldn't live in a state of extreme excitement all the time, because inevitably, because of the contrast we all agree to experience, that extreme excitement has to transmute to extreme lows.
Yeah. And you know what? I see Diana saying something very relevant. She say nervous system regulation. Another thing as well, one thing I come to realize, and that's why I decided I'm going to specialize in consciousness and awareness, and
Mm-hmm.
synchronicity and science for that reason, because I thought I need to understand what's really truly going on. And what I begin to realize is something that's really prevalent, that's always take place, is mirroring of everything.
Of everything.
So what we described, you see, say if you throw a ball in the air, the higher you throw that ball, the faster the
The
descent
faster it
will
gotta
be.
go. Yes.
That shows you the mechanics of that
Yep.
realm
Yep.
and how it is set. So everything mirrors that, um, the way the realm is built and that reality. And if you take time to see the details, you can even see patterns of leaves, the leaves, flowers. They call sacred geometric patterns. This is
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. So
Mm.
everything is a mirror. And
Mm-hmm.
and if you were going to actually produce an holographic reality, you will need that. You will need symmetry. You will need all this stuff. For symmetry, that
Mm-hmm.
means you've got two opposite sides. But you realize very quickly how this works. So it's also applicable to how you manage your emotions, your
Mm-hmm.
frequency, and so on. So yeah,
Everything
that's
is like
yeah,
everything else. Everything is like everything else. Like,
yeah.
it does not matter what we talking about. Everything is like everything else. It is meant for the perfect symmetry of contrast. That's the whole reason we even here is
Yeah.
to experience contrast. Because if we wanted this to be flowers and candy, we would all stayed at home where we could make it flowers and candy all the
And
time.
and this is another things that I remember, Shem. You mentioned some things that for me resonated a lot and was really relevant to what we're talking about now. When it came down to the pillars and how you say that it's not for you to destroy them or to be upset with it.
Yep.
That's part of the experience because it's
Yep.
just ease,
It
and
just
how
is.
you have to learn how to basically meander your way around certain
Yep.
situation or within it,
Yep.
and weave your experience through it.
Yep.
Because the thing is, when you truly experience reality, and I don't think some people experience reality yet, they
Mm-hmm.
just experience something.
Mm-hmm.
But when you experience reality for what it is, and this is
Mm-hmm.
why when you were talking about the universe, I was referring to all that is,
All that is. Yep. Everything.
everything,
Yes.
no
Correct.
exception. You then realize that it is important for you to understand the mechanics and not hate
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Kim has just written you in verse for
Yeah. The
universe.
universe.
And
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
You and I.
and Deanna's yep, and Deanna's like, yeah, it's balanced 100%.
Not
Yeah.
even just you, though. You and I verse.
Yeah,
You and
it's
I. It's
Uh,
all of us.
yeah.
it's
It's
all
every
of
one of
us.
us. We are
You
all
Um
the
and
same
I.
source.
Yeah.
We just fractalize into different experience, different egos. We all the
I've
same source.
Yeah.
I've come to realize a lot of this mastery is about how you deal with it, how you deal with the balance, and
Bruh.
also how you're able to maneuver it. And I've realized this a few times out of body. What I've been practicing is I've been having a lot of memories about being in wars previously, and I was like, how was I able to experience those without popping back in my body? Because Shem here don't do war, right?
Right.
So I'm good.
Shem
so
here is
so
mom and wife
no,
and
I'm
chilling.
just
And
trying to
yeah, I'm
just
just
be in
chilling.
100% chill mode. I already signed up for that. I was like, I ain't even gonna sniff that this time around. So, but what I've noticed is I've been going back and practicing how to be in high states of confrontation or war or high adrenaline and stay in it.
And stay
Stay in
peaceful
it.
in it. Mm.
Stay in it to the point where I can observe it and experience it. And it's
Mm.
about I'm here, I'm doing it, I'm able to defend myself where I need to, but at the same
Correct.
time, I can let my vessel feel when it's becoming too much or when I need to pull back a bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Recenter.
that.
Yeah.
But you
Mm-hmm.
don't just do that when you're in dream state or when you're in OBE state. You do that here.
All the
When you
time.
feel your rage or whatever it is that gets you hype going up,
Mm.
how do you recenter
Right. Right.
in
Right.
that moment so
Yep.
you can take the experience where you want to take it rather than let it drive you because it could drive
Correct.
you.
Correct. It will
Yeah.
it will drive you. It ain't it will do that.
100%.
It's funny you mentioned all of it, but it's crazy. So again, talking synchronicity. Literally everything we talking about right now, I just had in my group meeting on Patreon 2 weeks ago. Like literally. We even have an exercise that we've been practicing for the last 2 weeks. So literally, anytime you feel stressed, worried, too excited, even take a moment to recognize that what you're feeling. We're not going to dismiss it because it's part of the experience is to feel these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then recenter yourself back to peace.
Yeah.
Simply by just observing your breathing. Just get back to breathing. Get back to breathing. Get back to centering yourself to where you're like, okay, that it was an experience. I had it. Now I can let it go. Which we talk about that analogy about clouds in the sky all the time. And we literally been practicing that for the last 2 weeks. So we have a meeting on Friday. So I'm curious to see, and I'm gonna send you guys an invite because if you guys want to come, I would love to have you there.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sure.
send you an invite because this one's gonna be good. We're gonna get into religion versus what we know. So I'm finna fuck this religion shit up. I'm finna fuck all that up. I'm finna fuck all that up. Like we finna get that religious shit up out of here. But anyway, but it's basically just what you said. Like, you know how they've always told us life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And we all thought that was some little saying that people say and you just kind of brush it off. But in this awakening that we're experiencing, I'm finding out that is the foundational truth of this place. That's really what it's all about. because you're not going to stop the experience from being the experience because you already agreed to it. The question is how you going to react to it when it punches you in the face, when it lifts you high, when it takes you low. What are you going to do with that? If you get in higher frequency states, how do you maintain them without even going too high up, but just maintaining a higher frequency? Well, that's what we're talking about, getting back to centering yourself when shit is going totally left. And this that happened a couple of times this week. Like stuff doesn't go to my quiet place, which is our balcony, because that's the only place I can go where I like being outside. It's the only place I like being outside.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? So, and then I just sit there, I shut the world out, close the door, close my eyes, and just get back to breathing. Understand it and telling myself, this is just a part of my experience. This is just a cloud. I'm the sky. Just get back to telling myself these things, because out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I get back to telling myself this stuff, and then immediately I'm over it. And then I move on. And this is a constant thing you will do for the entire time we here, because you're going to get hit with stuff. And it's not always going to be bad. Sometimes it's good. But even the good stuff, you need to know how to react to it. So, you hit it right on the head.
It's beautiful, because this is what this is what we teach our children first. Like, the first things first, your vessel. And how do you self-regulate? Because that's really the key. Like, I'm not always going to be with you in this experience, or I'm not going to experience things the way you do. Like, I'm not going to fall to pieces because I dropped my ice cream on the floor.
Right.
But if you do,
here's how you need to handle it.
Here's how you need to handle it. Right. But it helps them. And after that, they'll be clocking when you're going to go off, and they're like, yo, mama, sit down.
Yeah.
Go breathe. Breathe. And you're like, you know what? I do need to have a breathe. You know what? And then you can start having each other's back in another way. And your field, this is part of clearing your field. What do the rest of your field know? And how does your field support that regulation? How does your whole field support how you self-regulate? Even though it starts within, the ripple effect out. Are they still forcibly working against it, or can they see the effort, and is that reflected out and supported? So I'm going to move on quickly to our frequency asked questions. This is where we come together as panelists and we answer some questions that people have dropped anonymously from the community. Okay. Also, may I add by starting to say, we have each of our, if you want to be able to reach out to us, go to our one-on-ones. Corey has one-on-one. Omondi's got some services. So have I. All of those informations will be put in the description box below, how to reach out, how to get to us. And if you feel like anything that we've said has touched you in any way, and you just want to like donate something or gift us anything, all of those will also be in the description box. So someone has anonymously reached out. If you want to anonymously reach out, you go to tell us at theos888.com. You just email, you drop whether it's an experience you've had, a dream you want interpreting, or a question, just a query. We'll see what we can do. We'll answer honestly and openly. And if we don't have the answer, we don't, because we're not gurus. We're just out here in these streets, living our lives and sharing what we have. And plus, the chat's full of knowledge as well. So feel free to drop something in the chat if you're open to that. So this person here has said, there is one person in my life, a family member, so I can't just remove them, who leaves me feeling completely hollowed out every single time we interact. It's not just that the conversations are difficult, it's physical. After an hour with them, I feel like I've ran a marathon. I feel you. I sleep for hours. My mood tanks for days. I've started wondering if this is more than just a difficult relationship, whether something is actually happening energetically. I've tried to research psychic vampires and energy drain, but I'm not sure how serious to take that concept. Can the panel speak honestly about whether some people genuinely drain others energetically, and if that's real? What actually works to protect yourself when removing the person isn't an option? Okay, this happens a lot.
I'm gonna let
Who
y'all
wants
handle
this?
that one. I'll chime in. I'll say this, and then I'm gonna give it to you
No,
guys.
go
Because
on. That's what I'm saying. Go for
because
it,
I
because
really
we
don't.
literally you just covered self-regulation. So,
So I'm gonna
what
tell
would
you,
you say?
I personally don't have an answer that is applicable. I'm just gonna tell you the first thing you need to understand, and that is this person is a person you chose to be in your life before you ever came here. If you approach it from that aspect, then you stop looking at them as a perpetrator and yourself as somebody being perpetrated against. Then you can kind of think about it in a different way. And I'm going to let them give you the answer. But I think first things first, if you know you can't move out of their life because their family, it's your wife or your husband or whatever, and you ain't ready to get no divorce over it, then you have to understand that they are there for a purpose, and that even in the negative things that they are doing, it is there for your benefit to ultimately learn how to do what we just finished talking about. So I'm gonna let y'all take it from there. But it starts with that understanding is that this person isn't against you. They are actually contributing to the contrast that you wanted to have when you came here. So yeah.
That is a fair point.
Yeah,
That's a fair perspective.
yeah,
Don't know
resonate.
if people are ready to see it that way, because it's like,
Yeah, of course.
did
Because
I
it's
chose this?
happening to you. Because
Yeah,
it's happening to you. And that's
Yeah,
the thing is that we have to, until we understand, again, it all goes back to what this experience really is. And once you guys know what it is, you've seen it from the other side. So we know what this experience is. We know we decided to come here to experience what we're experiencing. And that means every facet of the experience. It's a hard concept to understand, but it don't matter whether it's hard or not, because it's just the truth. And when you go home, you're gonna know that to be the truth. So it's not like yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all answer what you should do. Because I don't even have an answer for it because I'm still dealing with that now. And the baseline of it is just recognizing that I chose this experience in its fullness for everything it is, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. So yeah.
do you want to go first?
yeah. I'll just I resonate with everything you said, Corey. 100% agree. And I know why you left it like this.
Yeah.
You chick, you cheeky.
Yeah, I am a chicken. I am a chicken. Because what I want to say, I don't want nobody to be upset about it. So,
Well,
I'm gonna
I'll do
let
the
y'all
job.
say
I'll do the
it.
job for
You
you.
do it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Now, look, okay. I'm going to give you three perspectives. The one you're probably in now, okay, and how to deal with it. The truth in all that is, in all thing, and the um, signs and synchronicity. Um, so the one you're in now, in this life, and that you don't even have to be spiritual to notice that mirroring is a real thing. You walk in the street, someone piss you off. Say, you're on your way to work, and at the tube station, you get into a bit of an argument with one person. Say, you know what, f that. You move on. You keep walking. You're in the street, and as you walk down the street, you have a frown on your face, and you see these windows reflecting, seeing your reflection, and you have a glance. Happen to all of us, and you're seeing yourself for what you've become now, just because someone pissed you off, right? That is simply because within you, whatever you see in front of you it resides as well inside. Period.
Correct.
It's just the way it is. Now, whether we
Correct.
want to admit it or not,
Correct.
it is. And often, even if you're not that spiritual, but or into spirituality, that's fine. After all, it's just an experience we're having as spiritual beings, as I see it. So we don't even have to mention spirituality, if you will. What we like to do, and we tend to do, is to do cherry picking. We cherry pick what the rules and when the rules apply or not. It's depending on if we are comfortable with it or not. So when synchronistic moment or mirroring happen, well, we conveniently sometimes one piece us off trying to say, that's not my mirror. It cannot be.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
And
their
we refuse. It's their mirrors. But either way, reflection is on both sides. It's not one way straight.
Exactly.
So so that's what I would say. I would say then in that case become more observant in what you do that is similar. And you probably will, honestly though, you've got to be honest, and you probably will see certain things you do that are very similar. If you think someone has vampiric energy, then see where you're sucking energy from somebody else around you. Because I kid you not, the idea that no, they're sucking energy for me, but me, I'm good, me, I'm fine. I'd never do that. Come on, don't kid yourself.
Right.
It's just the way it is. And if you were not that, then nothing could potentially piss you off or make you react exactly as they do. It's like if someone is violent to you and you react violently back to them, that's because that violence you have
was
within
already
you.
in you.
Otherwise,
Yes.
you will not even react back
When
like
you
that.
react to it,
No one
exactly.
can control you that much to now become the things you hate.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
Now I would say another perspective. So signs, you could see it also, that's another perspective, as signs. If you believe in manifestations, these could be the signs that there's a lack of compatibility. Now, for what reason? I'm not trying to determine for you to determine that. I'm not saying leave that person. All I'm saying, perhaps one of you is not meeting each other halfway. Perhaps you need just rebalancing. So sometimes there's signs to tell you, hey, look at this. Hey, maybe this is not all the way okay. And are you blind to it? Are you refusing to see in these signs? And if you're honest with yourself and the answer is yes, then perhaps when you see this sign, you might become more assertive with that person. Be like, hey, that's not cool, man. Hey, stop doing this. This assertiveness is not a bad thing. It's boundaries. You have boundary for yourself first, not for that person, but for yourself. This is where I draw the line. I won't let someone take the piece with me. And it doesn't matter because some people, they have a good fight and it's all okay because the other person is like, you know what? That's your boundaries. Touche. I'm not doing that again because I don't like to deal with you in that way anyways. But if they never see you reacting in any way, you didn't give them the chance to do so either. So you got to see it like this. And the third perspective is, you may not know it, but we're not all from here. And with disclosure, it's become very real out here, like, hey, guess what? Some people around us, they're working amongst us, they're not really humans, or they are, but they're hybrid, or they're from other world, So what if you find out that, and that's for the one that are really attached to their current family. I'm saying the family they're born in, not the one they choose to make themselves. That's something you had the choice to. But a lot of people, I'm trying to come to your level. You think you're feeling right now you haven't chosen that for yourself. That's okay. But even from that perspective, let's say you haven't chosen that for yourself. Well, then if just being blood related didn't mean that you're family. What if the possibility that you had maybe a galactic family or you have you're an hybridization version of the human template, and you're related to other beings in the universe? How would you feel if you found that that would be the truth? And the reason why I'm saying this is because let's say if that is a truth, or a alternate reality, would you feel the same way with that same person? Would you allow the same things taking place? Would you be like, you know what? I don't gotta do that shit because yeah, we family, we earthly family, like we
Yeah.
earth-based family, but you
Right.
know, I go I go back thousands years, thousand years,
Yo,
and I'm related to other
what if
beings out there.
what if your galactic family is at war with their galactic family?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What if your hybridization comes from the Lyrans, their hybridization comes from the reptilian, the Draco, and they've been at war since before we was even here in round one. So damn, I didn't even think about that shit.
So what would that
So,
mean
Hey,
for
this
families?
I'm swooping in,
Go on,
go
swoop
ahead,
it.
swoop
Go,
in,
go on.
swoop
swooping
in,
in. Okay.
swoop in, Sister Shem.
So like the energetic, I'm seeing that they said psychic vampires and energy drains. Energy drains is a mixture of a couple of things. One, you're probably an empath or somebody who's sensitive or somebody who's tapped into your field, whatever you want to call it. That's what you're doing. And sometimes your field is bigger than what you think it is, and you're tapping into energies that have nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
So all this anguish and draining you're feeling is you taking on what is going on outside, outside of your field of what your business is. You are literally letting them offload into your field and you're taking it on as your own, and then it's draining you. You haven't yet got any awareness about how to move as an empath in this space, or somebody who is naturally tapped up with what their energy field is, or how to experience it. It happens a lot for people who are empaths. This is where boundaries are needed. Also, there is such thing, just like light, there's dark. You get dark empaths, people who know they're empaths and use it for nefarious, manipulative reasons, usually just because of some form of fear where they feel like they need to overpower someone, control them, and
Correct.
manipulate them into getting
Correct.
what they want. Bloody,
Correct.
bloody, blah. As far as the psychic attacks, all of that stuff, they are real things, because just as you can get any sort of attack, this is, yes,
Psychic.
yes,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, you can get that. This is all part of you commanding your space. This is all part of you being able to know and feel back to this self-regulation, your boundary, clearing your field. If you are already an empath, you have no business around people who are more vampiric than you.
Well, it's funny you saying this because that person clearly feels like I can't dish them out. I have to keep them around me and stuff like that.
I was going to get to
So
that bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is the part of that pillar where you are mixing up your ID with your I am. Your I am has chosen this family or this family member or whoever they are not to be able to drain you into nothingness, so that through the draining, you can remember who you are and the fact that now they've come and showed up as they're supposed to, which is the person who awakens you back up to the I am. So you can take that and say, I'm the victim, or you could say, hang on a minute, I'm in control of this. Oh, yeah, I remember who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have to leave, you know why you're leaving. You're not leaving your mum, you're not leaving your dad. You are leaving the person you had a soul agreement with at the departure point that you'd both previously agreed. You don't have to leave and knock over everything on the way out. But if you're not an energetic match, guess what they taught you? The biggest lesson out here: how to clear your field and how to tap into your voice that tells you whether you're an energetic match or not. Through that, you could find your soul family. You could do so many things. Your abundance will unlock, your manifestation skills, everything.
Well,
As long as you stay out of victim mode.
you mentioned soul family. This is the thing, is they understand, and the reason why I was mentioning what Corey called it galactic family, and this galactic aspect that you see in soul family. It's people right now, the reason why they find it so hard to walk away from the birth family or the blood related family is because they in the mindset that's what family is.
That's what family is. Yeah. They don't realize that these people ain't your family on the other side. My daughter isn't my daughter at home. She's a fully grown soul. Like my sister isn't my sister at home. She could be my nothing. We could have just came together and agreed to be sister and brother here. I will add to this, as a something you can take away from it and apply, which all this stuff you can, but I mean, just something very simple. If you can't leave them, that don't mean you got to have the conversations that drain you. You don't have to have those conversations. If you're choosing to take part in them, you can't now turn around and say this person draining me. You can easily say, listen, I love you. I refuse to have these conversations with you anymore because they are not productive for either of us. I'm not going to see it your way, and I don't have to. And you're not going to see it my way, and you don't have to. So now we can just love each other without having these draining conversations or draining things that make me feel like you're a vampire. Because the one thing I do know is true is that when we talk, we only speak from our perspective. To you, that person is a vampire. To them, you might be the vampire. So this is what I'm saying. We only speak from our perspective, which is why it's going to be very interesting it's very interesting to see people judge the way they judge, because you only judging from your perspective. You never judging from the other person's perspective. You don't. If we had that same talk with the person you speaking of, they might be like, you the one that's draining my energy. So to avoid draining of anybody's energy is just refrain from having conversations. Listen, man, you know how many people I don't talk to purposely because where I'm at spiritually and frequency wise,
You can't.
it's not that they can't be there. It's just they choosing not to be. And if you choosing not to, if I'm here and you choosing to be here or here, I'm not going to give it no, I'm not going to judge whether you're higher than me or lower than me. That's foolishness. But if I'm here and you here or here, we can agree to stay here or here, and that's fine.
You know, it's very telling as well the fact that people want disclosure at the moment, and I think they soul on soul level they're asking for this truth to come out, because when certain disclosure may not look the way most of people think it's going to look,
it's not going to.
So
yeah.
I am curious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very curious to see how some people going to react, specifically if they have a codependent relationship, just because it's their blood related family or whatnot. If beings come to them and say, "Hey, remember us? Hey, remember I was your father, or I was your son, or whatever." I kid you not, a lot of them overnight gonna be like, so you can before the family out of here. I'm out.
I'm out. I'm going with my family. I'm going with my family.
Yeah.
So
And you're
I'm
gonna
saying,
know it. And you're gonna know it. It's not
And
even
it's
gonna be
gonna
something
be
you gotta
okay.
struggle with. You're not even gonna struggle with it.
No.
You're gonna be like, oh, that makes sense. I'm out. Like
That's it. Like
telepathy is gonna be. They let you know. Don't worry, it's gonna be all like this.
Yeah, and that'll be it.
Oh, I remember everything now.
So some
you.
of the chat has chimed in, and here we are. Like the community said, yeah. So we've got, you do have to recharge from time to time. Yeah, that's all part of your boundary, and that's chimes into what Corey's saying of knowing when to have these conversations, knowing who to have them with,
and knowing not to have them at all,
and just once you respect that, that's part of just preservation.
Yeah.
That really is. And yeah, Deanna's saying, yeah, you can quickly turn into an empathic narcissist if you're not careful, if you're not learning how to deal with your own energies, and you're over focused on it leaking, or you getting, your one drained, or whatever it is. You could get lost in the source. That's what she's saying. Thomas said,
yeah, Tom said,
you get human equals family. Some of the family is pretty fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have a lot of them near me either, but I can love them without being in my life. Family is not honest, is not welcome. Family that is not honest is not welcome, is what he's saying. Yeah. And Jay said they don't need disclosure. I don't. Some people are calling it NJ. I don't know what to say. And then Thomas come in and said that vibrational pyramid, um, with love upholding truth overall, with fear and shame and guilt at the bottom, is the energetic hierarchy. So strip away the physicality, and we are all that energy.
We are literally every single. If you strip away just the whole physical realm we experiencing right now, the body, the world we walking around in, we are every single energetic frequency all balled up into one. With unconditional love being the most powerful, encompassing energy of them all. You get hate from love. You get sadness from love. All of it comes from love, and it literally, all of it is our makeup. So it's, I explain like this is why out of your body you can walk through a wall, because you become the energetic frequency of the wall. This is why you can fly, because you become the energetic frequency of zero gravity, and you can just do whatever you want. So you are all frequencies. And so when you having these discussions, one thing I can tell you to do is recognize the frequency that's happening here. If this shit is starting to get a little too, making me feel a little uneasy, I need to recognize that. I need to be like, okay, this ain't the energetic frequency I want to be in. Let me recenter myself back to me. And if that means telling that person, like, you know what, this conversation ain't even worth losing my energetic centering over. So cool. If you listen, let people have it. If they want to believe this thing or say that thing, or even believe things about you or say things about, let them have it. You know it ain't true. Unless you believe it's true, why the fuck would you care? Like, I don't care what nobody say.
And so we got more people in the chats chiming right into what you're saying. This is the frequency of it. This is what I love. Like, this is it. Like, we've got people saying, use love to uphold honesty and stand at the top of that. Just love. Sasha's here in the chats. Hey, Sasha, Soul Wanderer. Sasha's here. He says, what's up? Really, really resonate with other beings, mirrors. Yeah, others being mirrors. Yeah. I've found others always tend to show us what we need to work on internally. Love.
Thank you, Sasha. That's exactly what it is.
So I do want to add too, love doesn't always mean being nice to people. So we got to really stand on that. We got to redefine what love means. Sometimes love just means I'm just not going to talk to you about it. And that's me showing you love so that I don't fuck up your frequency with my reaction to whatever you're doing to me.
Yeah.
You know what? Cool.
Lovingly distance yourself sometimes.
Lovingly go back to peace.
Yeah.
If it doesn't bring you peace, it's literally irrelevant. If it don't bring you peace, what does it matter? Right? So,
it's very it resonates with me what you say, Corey. If it doesn't bring you peace, and I think also it's why people find it so hard, is the fact that, you know what, in the first place, you're going to have to go through this process where you look at yourself and what you do. Are you peace?
Are you peace? Exactly. Are you resonating in peace? Yes.
But anyway, I think it's gonna be time to go for us now.
It will be. I know I didn't get to do my reading today. I will pull one card just for the sake of the fact that I said
you better do that reading.
Okay. Whoever's here, take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. I'm just pulling an oracle deck right now. What I did pull before was 5 of Swords in reverse, which is basically the opposite of worrying, the opposite of mentally tormenting yourself, the opposite of having your inner waters being choppy. Calm your body of waters. Calm your inner waters. Know what that feels like. That's where the synchronicity is coming in today.
Right.
All right, here we go. All right, that's beautiful.
What?
We got the number 4, we got the number 40, and we got the number 3 and 6. We also got the number 9 coming through. For some of you, you're at your life path 9. And what's coming through also is this is the integration stage for a lot of you in your awareness journey. And it's not like, okay, this is the end for your awareness as a whole. It's just that you've reached this stage in your cycle. So what we've got is intention, new moon. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about new moon coming up right now. Some of you may actually need to earth around these times because maybe you're out of body explorers. Maybe you're somebody who really works with the consciousness and you find that you haven't had the time right now to ground. Now would be the time to touch grass, literally. Tap back in. If you can't touch grass, even sit down and watch a 4K walk through somewhere. That works too. Your imagination, your awareness, when you learn how to really use it, you know you don't have to always physically be in the place. Once you are locked in on the imagery of it, you can immerse yourself in the experience and experience it through then. You can ground through then.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad you said that, because that is me personally. I haven't been traveling. I haven't been traveling lately. I said, cool, I know a lot of stuff. How can I bring that back into this experience? Because I still got to be here. And if I'm going to be here, then my experience should reflect that I'm the I am. Yep. I shouldn't just run around saying I'm the I am. My experience should reflect that. And my experience will reflect that based on me grounding and bringing back the things I know from the other side back here. So, man, listen, I'm glad I got on here, bro. I was running late. I'm glad because that was for me. I don't know about y'all, but that was for me.
These are practical things. When we have these community chats, that listen, like the community here is so vast. These chats to bring them together, to bring us all together, to be able to share this openly amongst each other. So for some of you who can't travel, you feel limited, whether you feel limited in funds or just your schedule. For some of you, I'm hearing like the schedule feels nuts right now. Take a moment. Maybe you sit down, and I know people say no TV, no screens, but hang on, we're still here, aren't we?
Right. I'm still gonna watch my shows.
If you're still gonna watch your shows and do what you need to do and have the whole embodied human experience, then one way you can do that, one way you can travel. Where do you most want to travel to? I like going to Switzerland. So I sit down, I put the 4K walk through Switzerland. They don't even have people talking in the videos. They just got the atmosphere. They've got the birds, the running water, the footsteps, the people. And I'm there, whether it's for 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and I just immerse myself in it. And I feel my consciousness go there. You know, what lie do you want Live Vision to tell you? You decide. Right. You are still the chooser of what it is you're going to react with. It's your mirror. Do you know how much times listen, we're Jamaican. They used to roll through. Nobody watch the telly, you tell Live Vision. And it's like, well, I can still use this my...
I mean, I'm still going to watch Disclosure Day when they come out on June the 12th. Like, I'm still going to go watch it.
You know, EastEnders is still on. I'm still going to run past. Not that I do, but now all I'm saying is watch your 4K then. Watch where you want to travel. Immerse yourself in that. Then you can go there every day. I was in Switzerland this morning. I was doing a mountain hike and I did a luxury train ride. How about that? Like, I felt better. I feel free. I feel like I've touched grass today. And that's you just being aware that you don't have to limit yourself. How you experience this interface can be up to you. You can have command over it. And then this next one is full moon celebration. For some of you, it's going to be about getting out and just celebrating those moments with your soul family or just being and immersing yourself in what it looks like to have energetic gratitude. Energetic gratitude. You could say, yeah, thanks. When's the last time you got up and just moved your body with that? I was like, yes, I'm good. I felt it in your vessel.
You know what's a word that's resonating with me as I'm hearing you say that?
Go, say.
Pl- Pleasure. Are we not having pleasurable moments here anymore? Like, I feel like this shit has become so tense and so filled with anxiety that we're not here to delight in the pleasures of our own hearts. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're, and when you go home, that's all you do is delight in your own pleasure. And so
have that here.
have the pleasure. Have some pleasure. If it's a glass of wine,
Whatever it is,
do
there's
it.
wine. Look at this now. There's
If
food
it's
here, there's
going to the
wine,
party,
there's festivities,
if
there's
it's going to the
parties, there's
club, go to the club
whatever
and
it is.
experience
The
it.
truth is, if you're in
Whether
a
you sit alone, whether you play, whether you dance, whether you just move,
Listen to
whatever it is
music,
for you.
whatever it is. Yep.
truth is, if you're in a holographic reality, you don't know what's behind it. But as you awaken, you realize to see what's behind, and you're asked to actually recreate a new reality for yourself. So that's just really what's going on for people. Why they feel like we don't have pleasures is not really enjoyable. That's
You're not
because
enjoying it.
people are seeing it for what it is.
Yep.
So last card I pulled here is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody.
Oh, you see the lion in the background.
Yeah.
That's me. That's my guy.
It's like having the courage to put yourself forward, but in a way that you are your own dominance. You don't feel like you need to dominate anything but your own space. You stand in your I am, you stand in, you stand up for yourself when you need to. You don't have to overbear on anyone or reign over anyone. You see, this lion is free to walk as he needs, but so's this guy. And he doesn't have to watch his back. It's this trust, the trust your field, trust that you all is well.
Trust your soul.
Trust your journey.
Trust your journey.
Trust your journey. Because sometimes you be like, this day ain't daying. What we saying?
Yeah, right.
But it's that self-mastery. And it doesn't have to be some big posh antiquated thing like I need to guru myself and I need to stand and chime 3 times and do whatever. That's cool and that's fun. And if you love that, I love that for you. Because I be getting in the mood sometimes because it's fun. Okay. And if that's fun for you, fine, but do your version of your King of Wands. Speak up for yourself and stand in your truth. Have the courage to appear and present yourself in your authentic self. You are needed. Your frequency is needed as you are. As you are, because you're having your experience. Your experience is going to be unique.
Damn,
so
I feel like
it's
you're talking
already
to
of
me.
value. It's of value.
I feel like you're talking directly to me.
Shine that light. Shine that light. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for being here. You caught us on the frequency. Everybody from Tom, Sasha, Jay, Deanna, Kim, MJ came through. If I forget a name, I'm sorry, but yeah, you're all felt. D-Fish, everybody stays.
Everybody,
yeah.
So remember,
there's
guys,
so many people out there. Like I said, like they have their own channels as well. You can check them out. Sasha came through. His channel's fire as well. What he does, love it. Everybody else's one-to-ones or whatever we offer are all in the description, and you can come through. And much love for you. Hey, Creo. You're never late. You're right on time.
So just to say it again, remember, if you have any questions you want to ask, so it's tell us at theos888.com and go on the site. You'll see everything is in the description, so you'll be able to send us your request.
Okay, and until next time, thanks, Corey, for being here.
Thank you, Corey.
And thanks everyone for showing up. All right,
Thank
much
you,
love.